Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about a problem that's quite prevalent today. So everyone sits down at their desks and they are stuck in a sort of shape like this, and this obviously causes this does cause the glutes to become weaker and the hip flexors to become quite strong, and we don't want that because that will tilt the pelvis in the wrong direction. So I'm going to do a quick video on how to undo this, and that's quite unnatural and it's quite prevalent because people sit down all day. So I'm going to show you the muscles that we're going to be discussing, and then we will move on with that. Just bear with me. So the muscls that we're going to be using are the gluteus. I don't know if you can see that the gluteus medius, the minimus, and the maximus. So these are the main three glutes that help us. Well, the maximus. What the maximus does, it helps us keep the posture erect and helps us extend the hip and externally rotate. So extend means kicking back, externally rotate means rotating the foot outwards. The minimus is the hip stabilizer and abductor of the hip. So what that does is stabilize it as you walk, and it abducts hips, so lifting the leg outwards like that. And then the medius stabilizes the pelvis and keeps the trunk tight. So the trunk is the upper body and the pelvis, and it keeps it nice and stable. And if we have weak first, if these muscles are weak, what tends to happen is that tend to run into lower back problems. So the lower back will compensate for the glutes instead of glutes, and then it puts pressure on the lower back because the glutes don't work as they should do. And also hip problems and knee problems and ankle problems tend to be related. Not all of them, but they do tend to can be related to this area, unfortunately. And I'm going to show you how to sort this out. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to do is a glute bridge. So all you need is a mat, a simple mat. That's not great, is it? It's not great lighting. So all we need is a simple mat. Just bear with me. All we need is a mat on the floor. Nice and easy. All we need is a mat. So we're going to do a glute bridge. So what we're going to do is lie on the floor, all the way down, face up, legs together, and then just all the way up. Make sure your spacing's right with your feet, so not too close, not too far, because you activate the wrong muscles. And what we're going to do is squeeze the glutes. You might have one that's a bit weaker than the other one, so you might want to squeeze on the one side a bit more. So you want to sort of squeeze more on the one side, which you're making the bridge shape. When you want to do probably high reps, so 15 reps or so, until you feel the burn. Try and hold it 5 seconds each time, so up again. Hold for 5 seconds, and then down. Hold for 5 seconds, and then down. Another variant of this one is the one-legged group bridge as well. So you have the weaker side up, and then you want to have the other side up, and then this works the weaker side. So what you do is lift up and just feel some tightness, maybe in the hamstring or in the quad, and hold for 5 seconds, really squeeze, push the hips forward, and then release down and up again. 5 seconds, you can sort of bend this leg, use resistance bands on the knee. If you're doing both, you could tilt to the side, and that will work as well. So all the way up. All right, next exercise is the one that we will lie on the back and contract the glutes facing down. So you want to lie on your back, contract the glutes and face all the way down, and just basically push your hips into the floor. So you want to push your hips right into the floor and really feel it. Try and do it on your weaker side, the one that won't fire and hold it for 5, even 10 seconds maybe, and then let go, and then hold for another 10 seconds or 5 seconds. So you want to hold it, squeeze as hard as you can. You might find that one leg might go out more because you might have a bit of a tight medial hamstring. Squeeze all the way down and release. And all the way down. Really focus on it and squeeze it as much as you can. And then we want to do that for maybe 2 sets or even 3 sets. And then maybe do perhaps 10 of those where you hold it, 10 holds, 3 sets. The next exercise that we're going to do is called the clamshell. So what you do with this one is you lie on your side, lie all the way on the side. Just bear with me a minute. Lie on your side, have your knees slightly bent, feet together, and what you're going to do is just open the hip up like that. So you rotate out, so rotate the knee, so point the knee at the sky, way out, hold 5 seconds, and then in. Rotate out, knee at the sky, 5 seconds, and then in. Maybe bend the knees a bit more if you want to get more contraction, or straighten them to slightly get different parts of the glute. Hold it and you should feel it. And then that's one that you can do 2 to 3 sets of. And then what we're going to do now is going to do a stretch. That's very important because the hip flexors may inhibit the stretch. The hip flexors may inhibit the glutes from actually contracting. So the hip flexors might inhibit that. So we need to stretch them out so the glute can go boom and fire. It goes, and then get the glute to fire. So we just go. If they're too tight, then the glute's really struggling. It's like, why can't I fire? And then so we're going to do this one. So I'll show you now. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down, put a foot against the wall, and then tilt straight up. Trunk should go pointing up. Push the hips forward, so push the glutes in, and you should feel it down here. So this is the opposite of sitting down. So you're feeling it in the hip flexors and in the quad. Whereas when you're sitting down, you're curved up like that. This is the opposite of sitting down. And you want to hold this for 30 seconds or even a minute each side. Do it a few times. You should feel it. And this is the end of our video, telling us what to do to sort out our glutes and why it's such a prevalent issue in today's society. And this will be the end, and I'll see you guys next time.